It was like a Woodstock reunion with the original bands and all the Flower Children back to celebrate the music. The Pal Hop reunion in Lewiston had that kind of intensity. And best of all, after more than 20 years, the Royal Knights were together again.
Well, it's really great to be back after a long, long time. We'll play some good songs for you, songs you can remember. Well, now they call my baby Betty, but I remember her name isn't a little.
Like Liverpool in the 1960s, the city of Lewiston had its own music scene. But instead of the Cavern, the bands played City Hall. Every Friday night, more than a half dozen local groups shared the stage at the Police Athletic League dance. Groups like the Innkeepers, the Travelers, and Terry and the Telstars.
The first Pal Hop was actually started out to be a battle of the bands.
And the rest is history.
Well, now one night long coming out of the sky, I met this pretty girl and she caught my eye. A long ponytail came running down her hair. Really let you know when that girl is here, she's a gal with a long, long ponytail.
By that time, the Royal Knights had already created a regional splash with the release of their first record. Royal Knights founder Ed Bushy played lead guitar. His brother Paul was a drummer and lead vocalist. On rhythm guitar was Guy Matthew, and Bob Matthew, no relation, played bass. He was replaced soon after that first record by Ronnie Morin.
All the neighborhood kids would come in the backyard and we'd give these little concerts all the time, you know. But that big cutting a record, that was like way surpassing what we had done.
It was an early milestone for a band destined to become one of the hottest acts in Maine. But the event which put them on top was that first Pal Hop in April of 1964.
Well, she was just 17.
But this was a competition, you know, so we went to Boston and we got some Beatles suits, which were just like the Beatles had worn on Ed Sullivan. And we had some Beatle boots made for us. We had some wigs. We had them all trimmed.
The people who were sitting in the balcony saw us walk out. They saw the high drum riser with the Beatles written on it, and as soon as Paul climbed up on it, right away somebody said, "There's Ringo, it's the Beatles."
It was insanity. The cops had to come on the stage and roll back to people, you know, like.
And I never heard a note I sang or a note I played over the screaming.
It was like pandemonium. The issue was dead, you know. But that was kid stuff.
The next stop for the Royal Knights was the Ace Recording Studio in Boston. They were writing many of their own songs now. In central and southern Maine, their 45s were outselling many mainstream groups.
Our publicity or our fame, you know, as much as it was local, I mean, it was regional, you know, everything, preceded us. When we go play in Westbrook, people knew of us from our records. In those days, when you did a show, you believed in professionalism. Today, you watch bands play. I mean, gee, they don't have any shirts on. Some of them are wearing jockey shorts. You know, in those days, we used to try and dress all alike and have a nice appearance and everything. And most of the groups did that.
Yes, it's me. I'm here to apologize.
Club 13 was a bit of a spin-off of a lot of the local dance shows that they had at the time.
It was like every few weeks, and you know, one of the things we really found out the power of television, because people used to see us everywhere because they always recognized us, you know. They said, "We'd like to have you guys as regulars, be part of the show, and be on like at least once a month, and whenever you get something special, if you want to come on, you know." It was a fun experience in our life. It was the kind of experience that every kid would like have happen to them, and we were fortunate enough that it happened to us.
Yeah.
We had a real great time doing that.
Sweet Revenge was the first song of theirs I heard. Oh no, second song actually. But that one is certainly a killer instrumental cut.
Aram Heller wrote a book on New England's 60s garage bands. He is one of many collectors worldwide who compete in record auctions where the price of a Royal Knights 45 can bring $70 or more.
A lot of people don't know this record. And someday it's going to show up on a compilation, be reissued or something. And there's going to be a lot of people scratching their heads saying, where did this come from?
There was a label in Europe, in Sweden, that was interested in us. And they sent us these contracts, you know. and it was all in broken English, and it was about 27 pages long. And we were afraid, back then, it's like, geez, are we ever gonna, we're gonna get screwed with this, like, so we didn't do it. But years later, a record collector came to me, said, did you know that you were on this album in Sweden? I said, by golly, they released it anyways.
During this interview, Paul and Ed also got to see for the first time an extremely rare Pepsi Flexi disc featuring 2 of their songs.
Oh my God. Yes, It's Me and Sweet Revenge by the Royal Knights on a Pepsi record. Now, I have no clue how this ever even came about. In broken English, we have been screwed. Come on, Paul. Hey, this is great. I know it's great. Yeah. But it's amazing that people are collecting this stuff, and we never even knew it existed. I think that cracks me up.
Vietnam stole any chance the band might have had for national stardom. In 1966, Ronnie and Guy traded in their night costumes for a military uniform.
I know at that point that we could have gotten a hit. I know it. We were at that point, and Vietnam comes and just really killed it.
Before we go to Bulldog, we stay in E.
20 years after Vietnam, the band reunited for the first of 2 Pal Hop reunions. This rehearsal, captured on home video, took place at Ed's recording studio, which he operated for many years in downtown Lewiston. Paul has taken up another art form. His oil paintings have appeared in shows around New England. Ron is a manager at a forklift dealership in Auburn, and Guy works for a paper mill in Madawaska. But when they stepped back on stage, they were the Royal Knights, and it was 1964 all over again.
Long ponytail came running down her hill to really let you know when that girl is there. She's a girl with a long, long ponytail.
The enthusiasm was just as contagious. They never forgot it. It was part of our lives, and it still exists. That's part of our spirit. Never going to go away.
For a 45-minute show, I was 16 years old again, and it was great.
Let's have a great hand for the Royal Knights.
Talk to little brother, talk to little sister. Say that you were going out shopping with your mother. You thought I was a fool, how could you be so cruel to me? When I told me last night, well that wasn't right. But now you're satisfied, that old night I cried. You got your satisfaction, now watch my reaction. Can't you see that it's a lie? It's a lie. Now I'm leaving you, cause I know you can't be true to me. I did the only thing when I asked for my ring, cause I could plainly see that she's not in love with me. But what would you have done if you had been the one to see that it's a lie? It's a lie. Now I'm leaving you, cause I know you can't be true to me. It's a lie. Now I'm leaving you, cause I know you can't be true to me. I did the only thing when I asked for my ring, cause I could plainly see that she's not in love with me. But what would you have done if you had been the one to see that it's a lie? It's a lie. Now I'm leaving you, cause I know you can't be true to me.
In case you haven't heard, 1996 is the year the first of the baby boom generation turns 50. Congratulations, the rest of us will be along shortly. Baby boomer or not, we would like to hear from you. If you would like to comment on some of the topics discussed in this week's program, you can call us at 1-800-884-1717. Write to us at 65 Texas